All right, dadgummit, I'll review Hawthorne. Hey Fragrance family, I'm David and I'm a fragrance bro, of course your best source for everything fragrance related. Today I have another video in my basic series where we answer and ask all the basic questions that pertain to cologne and fragrances. Today we're asking and answer the question, should you get Hawthorne? Now, if you've been on social media or the internet at all, I'm sure you've seen an ad for Hawthorne, especially if you like fragrances. You've probably seen an ad for this talking about custom cologne just for you. And so I thought about it. I haven't seen any reviews of it, so I thought I'm the best person to review this. Now, they did not send me anything for review. I spent my own money, probably maybe too much, but I wanted to do this because I really wanted to help people out, decide whether they should get Hawthorne or not. Now, Hawthorne has a pretty unique business model where they kind of give you this personalized quiz and see what your personality is like, see what some of your interests are, and see what maybe some of your hygiene needs are. And then they select certain fragrances from a catalog that they don't really disclose and give you 2 fragrances for a pretty moderate price. Of course, the fragrance itself is their kind of main draw point, but they sell a number of other things that are hygiene related. So they sell soaps and body washes, shampoos, lotions, candles, different things like that. You can go through the quiz and select certain things that you might want or need. So in the soap department, you might want an exfoliating type of soap, or if you have dry skin, you might need something that moisturizes your skin for a lotion. But they have different varieties of things for different types of people and different needs. I got a little bit of everything, and I'll show some of it on the camera here, but I got their soaps, I got some of their body washes, I got their shampoos, I got their deodorant, and of course, I got their fragrances. Now, my package was about $142 all put together. Of course, your mileage may vary depending on what you need. The fragrances themselves are about $50 each, and I think that's actually a really good deal for what you get here. Now, when you get to the questionnaire that talks about the actual fragrances, one of the things it asks you is how knowledgeable you are about the fragrance. Of course, for that first question, I put I'm an expert because, and for the second question, it asks what your favorite type of cologne is, and I put Creed Green Irish Tweed. Now for these, I'm not exactly sure what it does for your style of fragrance. I'm not exactly sure how it changes your selection. But then it gets into a couple of other questions that I think are very interesting. The first thing it asks is, what is your drink of choice? My drink of choice is beer. I really love craft beer, so I put that on there. It asks, where do you work? Of course, I'll just put the creative industry because of YouTube. And then it says, what is your perfect night out? I put dinner out. It asks if you smoke, and I said no, and then it asks if you're an introvert or an extrovert for your personality choice. And I wanted to kind of see if I could get a different answer based on some of the choices I made here, because I think that some of these choices on the questionnaire affect what type of fragrance family you get. Now, I don't know these for sure, so I can't really point you in the right direction. I can only give you kind of my experience here, my limited, very limited experience. But I changed some of the things here. I think that the fragrance family is actually affected by your drink choice. I think that that's going to lean you towards a different type of fragrance family. I think if you smoke, it might lean you more towards maybe a smokier type of fragrance. And I also think that for your personality, I think if you choose an introvert or an extrovert may determine how strong the fragrance is on your skin. So the first time I put an introvert and I changed a couple of things, and I got one that had an aquatic bent. And then I put extrovert on the second time thinking that I might get a stronger fragrance, and I think that may have affected things because I got a different selection there. But what's funny is when I got these in the mail, it doesn't exactly match what I got. So my questionnaire said I should have got a citrus and woody fragrance for my work scent. And then it said I should have gotten a woody and airy play scent. And what I got when I opened everything up was I got an aromatic and woody work scent. And then I got a sophisticated aromatic scent. Now I don't really know what the difference is between all of these. I'm not gonna spend $900 more and try this 9 more times, but I will tell you that the play scent right here definitely smells inspired by Aventus. It's not exactly Aventus. I think they changed some things up, and I think it's a little bit more citrusy. I think it has maybe a little bit of vanilla in there. It's very nice. I think it's a really good kind of alternative to Aventus. It's very, very good quality. And I think Work is probably inspired by a couple different fragrances. It may be inspired by La Nuit de l'Homme a little bit. It might be inspired by Dior Homme a little bit. I kind of get a mixture of kind of both of those in one. So I get kind of a violet leaf presence. I get maybe some cardamom in there. I get some vanilla in there, certainly. But both of them are great. I think that they're both really good scents. They smell great. And for the price, for 50 bucks, I think you're getting a really good quality here. Both of these, I think, really work for their certain applications. And I think really they hit the nail on the head with me. I would really wear these a lot. I don't necessarily know if it matches my quiz though, which is the whole reason I did this. But whatever they sent me really works. And I'm actually really surprised by this. and I think they're really great. Now later on, I went to go see who these perfumers were because they actually put the perfumer's name on here. And that actually surprised me a little bit because for fragrances like this, they might not do that. The first one for play is made by Rodrigo Flores Roux. He's very popular for making the Arquiste fragrances, many of them, and also the John Varvatos line. I mean, those are solid fragrances, especially the Arquiste. Those are incredible fragrances. And for work, the perfumer here is Olivier Guillotin, and he made fragrances like Rive d'Ambre and Tobacco Vanille by Tom Ford.
Tobacco Vanille by Tom Ford.
So both of these guys really know what they're doing, and these are actually really good scents. I'm surprised. Now, how's the performance and longevity on these? They're okay. They're not spectacular. I think that they last a little bit in the average range, maybe less, maybe 6 to 8 hours, max 8 hours, but probably a little bit in the 6-hour range. I think that's okay for what you're getting. For $50 for a 50 ml, you can't really complain. For something that's supposed to be customized to you, I think that's pretty good. And for such cheap fragrances, these are really high quality blends. I'm really surprised by that. I was expecting to come away from this thinking that you shouldn't buy this at all, that these fragrances are going to be kind of cheap and generic and not worth your time. But now that I smell these, I kind of almost think the opposite of that. I think that their fragrance colognes, I think, are maybe worth the price if you're new to fragrance and you don't know what to get. If you want to get something that is tailored just for you, I think that getting these fragrances are, one, a great way to build up kind of a small collection that covers a wide variety of situations for seasons and occasions and different things like that. Having 2 fragrances like that is great. You can be out of pocket $100 and get really high quality juice for the money there, and that'll last you for a long time. And I think that you'll be really pleased with what you get, assuming that you get fragrances that are really tuned into your personality. For me, it really worked. Your mileage may vary. But there are other products I'm not really sold on. Now, like I said, I got some of their other products. I got the bar soap, which I think is okay. It's nice and large in size, so you really get your money's worth with this bar soap. I do think it's a nice soap. It's definitely better than anything you can get at Walmart or Target or, just your variety superstore. I also got their deodorant, which is about the same volume that you normally get in deodorant. It just costs a little bit more. And this one in particular is one that is kind of just the clear kind of stick. And I don't exactly know if this is the right one for me, because I do remember hitting the quiz and wanting an antiperspirant, which this is not. This is just a regular deodorant. So I don't know if they sent me the wrong thing or if I just changed the results in my questionnaire. I'm not exactly sure about this. Then we have their shampoo and their body wash. Their shampoo I think is pretty good. I got one that is kind of a hydrating, dry scalp type of thing, because that's the thing that I really need for my hair. And now we're gonna talk about the scent of their products themselves. And this is to me the biggest criticism that I have about this line. So the line is really about kind of tailoring in your scent for you, but their line of hygiene products is not that great as far as scent-wise. Their colognes, I think, are really good and really worth the money. But their other products, hygiene products, I would say just pass on those. I don't see any need to get those other than their bar soap, which I think has an advantage over regular bar soaps. I don't necessarily see any other advantage for this line compared to just the generic supermarket variety. But to me, the biggest letdown with this line was the scents of their products themselves. I really wish that all the scents kind of matched the fragrances that you had, but they don't. They're kind of all over the place. They kind of smell a little bit like Axe, and not much better than that. They have a very dated type of smell that kind of harkens back to maybe Polo or Nautica from the 90s. And while I do like that scent all right, you can buy that at the store and for much cheaper. But also too, I think that having a line that is all about tailoring fragrance, this line should be more cohesive around the fragrances that they offer. I don't see that here. It's just all over the place, meaning that if you wash your hair with their shampoo and their soap or their body wash and wear their deodorant as well as their fragrances, you're gonna have like 5 different smells on you at the same time. I really wish that all of them kind of smelled the same. That would have been a lot better, and it would have really hammered the point that you go to Hawthorne for all of your scent needs. Everything that you want, you can smell great for all these products all in one. So to sum up everything, at the end of the day, is Hawthorne worth it? And I would say yes and no. I would say if you're new to fragrances in general and you're just looking to kind of expand your fragrance repertoire and you want to have kind of a variety of things that are a good quality but for a good amount of money, I think that having the fragrances here, I think is a great place to start. I'm not exactly sure what you will get, so your mileage may definitely vary and there's a little bit of guesswork there, but I think that they do have a great customer service that you can definitely return these if you don't like them, so definitely lean on that. As for their other hygiene products, I think just pass. If you're going to take the quiz and you're considering getting their hygiene products, go with something else. I think you could be better off getting non-scented stuff, or maybe just stuff that you get at the supermarket. But they will definitely compete in the smell to their fragrances, which is their main selling point. That's a main drawback there. So definitely pass on everything else. So that's all I have. What do you think of Hawthorne? I'd love to know your thoughts down below. Have you tried it? Have you been intrigued? Let me know down in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you're new to fragrances and you'd like more information about the basics, definitely go check out my playlist on the basics right up here. And don't forget to smash that like for the algorithm. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. I love you for it. And click that little bell to get a notification every time I make an upload. And if you have any burning questions that you'd like me to answer in this basic series, let me know down in the comments. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time. I'm Dave with the Fragrance Pros. Bye.